Hi YouTube! Today is Mario's ban list prediction video for the next ban list, which might happen in a couple weeks or a couple months, somewhere in that range. I have no idea when. But without a doubt, one thing we do know is that at some point a ban list will come. So I want to talk to you today about cards that I think are deserving of such a hit on the ban list. We're going to do this in the order of, in my opinion, most likely to least likely to get hit. And this is not the nuclear ban list video. This is not this. That would be like 40 cards long. These are cards that, I can reasonably expect Bandai would hit, or at least consider hitting in some degree. From most likely Bandai hitting them to least likely Bandai hitting them. So let me know if you agree or disagree with me in the comment section below. What cards do you want to see gone, either to one or banned or whatever? Just let me know in the comments. This ban list videos of this such, they're kind of like subjective, like I've tried to get the personal bias out of it, but it will leak through in some cases. So the most likely card will start right off with Mirage Galgamon BT11. This card's been around for like, what, 2 years now? It's way overdue. It's gotta go. I'm sorry, this card is just too good. And I'm a Mirage Galgamon enthusiast. I love this card. It's gotta go. To 1 is fine. 1, the deck won't be as unstoppable as it is. If you draw the 1, you can still recycle it with scrambles. Scrambles are broken too, but I don't think Bandai's going to hit any of those. This card just got to go at 1. I've released a whole video on it. I'm not going to talk about it any more than that. This card's got to go. Alright. Next most likely, Lugon hits. People complained about Bukamon, the jamming blue egg that got limited to 1. I never really understood it, because like jamming is whatever. This egg does so much more damage than Bukamon ever did, in my opinion. This egg is the whole part of the problem. You can just blow up your opponent in 1 turn. It's just so crazy. This card's gotta go to 1. It goes to 1, Lugon is still playable, but it won't be nearly as monstrous as it is. If Bandai doesn't want to hit Bowmon, there's a couple, honorable passes I'll give it. I think this is the card that should go, but if this is not the card that goes, I think, where is it? This card, BT16 Solugarmon, is a good consolation prize. Its end of attack ability lets you unsuspend, so it lets you really put in the work with your inevitable big Zacian-like boss monster. Its when Digivolving is super flexible, and its all turns effect is super flexible. Like, when one other SOC trait Digimon is deleted, this Digimon may Digivolve with an SOC trait, Tamer card, and its digital cards may Digivolve into Defender Lugamon. I butchered the phrasing. But, like, this level 5 is very good for the deck. In terms of combo ability, and you really want this one if you're going to bring your opponent from 5 to nothing. Again, Bowmon should go before this card, but like, I wouldn't hate seeing this card go to 1 either. And if we really needed an extra consolation prize, like Bandai doesn't want to hit either of those 2 cards for some reason, then honestly just get rid of this card, because this is the one that actually plays out the Kazuchi. Yeah. But, like, Bowmon, please. That would be fine. That would be okay. Alright? So, again, official hits, Mirage Galgamon, Bowmon, with a couple consolation prizes. They don't want to hit Bowmon in the form of Solugarmon or even Fenrir Lugamon there. Next card, XAntibody Protoform. This card makes it so XAntibody decks have a lot of resiliency. First of all, it makes your evolution cheaper by 1. Second of all, counts as XAntibody. Third of all, if your stack would just die, well, no problem. Put this in security so you can do it again, and add back 1 of the pieces in your stack. so you can just do it again. Right now, the decks that really utilize this well are purple toolbox like decks, like Lord Nightmon stuff, Cerberus X stuff. I think this card is just a little bit too good for XAntibody archetypes that can really use and abuse it. I would like to see this card go to 1. And then on top of that, now I'm getting into like conspiracy theory mode. But BT21, we're getting these new kind of cards called link cards. We don't know what these are yet. But odds are, I don't think they would be XAntibody unless I know nothing about Digimon lore. If so, correct me in the comments. But like, I could see as like a marketing tactic, Bandai hitting this card to 1 to sort of disenfranchise XAntibody decks to get people less excited about them, so more people get excited about BT21 and what this new Link archetype is about. Because XAntibody cards have been around since BT9. They've been in the meta, tier 1, since BT9. In Proto form, when it came out in the X5, it's been played every format ever since. The card's a staple. I think it could go to 1 and not even do that much damage. It would be good to do because it's a really powerful card. If you want to be an XAntibody guy, you still have the BT9 white option, XAntibody, and that card is fine. But this card, a little bit too strong. So I think this card should go to 1, for all the reasons I mentioned. Next on the list here, Davis and Ken. I can think of no other better card to hit in Imperial than this stupid effing Tamer. Imperial is a good deck. It is tier 1. Imperial can win the game without drawing this card. However, when you draw this card and it resolves a couple times, your chances of winning increase. If you have a second one and can use both, you win. Like, there's nothing you can do about it unless your opponent really has it out and is ready for you. Like, you just get steamrolled. I think this Tamer to 1 is a very fair hit to the deck. Imperial will still be fine. It'll still be a playable deck, maybe tier 1.5, depending on what other support comes out, maybe tier 2. But the deck will still be super playable, even with this card at 1. But by reducing this card to 1 copy per deck, it makes it less likely that you open it, and just makes it less likely to be steamrolling people for, like, no reason. That's the 4th card on this list. 4th card. And I'll just go back to Beaumont here just to be thorough. Let's... What am I doing? Where's Beaumont? Hello? Beaumont. Where's Beaumont? There we go. Alright. Next. Cerberus X. Now, some of you in the comments might think, but Mario, you're already hitting XAntibody Proto Form. You don't need to hit this card. Yeah, you do. You want to know the number of times in testing I've lost? Well, not lost. Well, yeah, lost too. Where you don't even have Proto Form, but you just evolve BT16 Cerberus Mon, and then this guy, and then you just pop off. Because the BT16 Cerberus Mon is a really good card that brings back a body when you evolve it, and gives your stuff rush. This card, though, brings back bodies, it draws discards, and when attacking once per turn, unsuspend by popping something, which you're fine with. Like, no big deal at all. Purple loves it when you do that. We wouldn't call it a drawback. This card's gotta go, in my opinion. This one might be a little more on the subjective side of things, but, like, this card is just dumb. Dumb. It's lower on the list, though, because if they hit Proto Form, they just might not hit this card, which I think would be a mistake, to be honest. This is a very good purple card. They've hit other purple cards that draw on this card. So, this card's gotta go. And by that extension, I'll give the honorable mention here to Doberman X down here. I don't think this card should go to 1. I think this card is leagues better than Doberman X. But Doberman X does give you that memory. So, depending on how you prioritize yourself, you don't necessarily need the memory that Doberman gets you, but you definitely would love a second attack. Absolutely. Oh my god, would you? So, yeah, this card's gotta go. Now we enter my last 3 picks on this video. This is heading into the really unlikely territory. These are cards that I think Bandai should hit, and would be happy if they do, but I don't think it's going to happen. But they really probably should go. Starting with the most likely of the least likelies, this card. Spartan, if you're watching this video, don't hate me, but this card fucking sucks. Now, coming at a subjective view, me, I have no problem with Digimon X. All my decks have in mind, if I run into this card, can I out it? All my decks, ever since this card came out, the answer is yes. I don't think that's a bad thing, but a lot of people do feel this card is unfairly designed, and I agree. This card should not exist because of its immunities, and it's just overall hard to deal with, and it's armor purge, and it's free, and you can't remove it, and the armor purge, and the blocker, and you can't remove it, and it just goes on and on and on. Like, this card, I don't think it's going to hit. Bandai has its secret rares before, but I don't see it. I don't see it. They should hit this, though, because this card and cards like this are a major problem with Digimon. I could see it, because it's still doing things in Japanese meta even today. And I'm sure we'll continue doing things in our meta for quite a while, because the card is very good. But I don't think it's likely, because you can just deck build around this card and never have an issue with it. So that's where I kind of stand on that. But for the bigger problem this card causes, and the annoyances it causes the Digimon community in some extent, should go to 1. Next, we head into the really unlikely territory with this one, Ukamon BT16. This card should go. If this Ukamon lasts a couple turns, the advantage it gives you is just insane. And it's just too good. Like, constantly hatching, constantly adding. It really should go to 1. I don't think Bandai's going to do it. I think they would have done it last list with the other Ukamon. Yeah, I would like to see this card go to 1 on a Bandai list. It's probably not going to happen. And then the final card to add, which I really do not think Bandai is going to touch at all in any way, shape, or form, is Ko and Sayo. If any of you don't know what this card does, it's Memory Tamer. But also, on player main, by suspending this Tamer and placing the top card of one of your Light Fang or Night Claw trait Digimon as that Digimon's bottom dilution card, when a Digimon may digivolve into a Digimon card in your hand without paying the cost. You know, this Tamer, this Sayo and Co, this opposite one down here, really should be banned. Like gone. Like eliminated from the game forever. Because it's already been used in like 2 uninteractable OTKs, basically. This card's crazy. It should be banned. But Bandai would rather do banned pairs than actually ban this card for some reason. Whatever. Okay, fine. This card should go to 1. The fact that it could evolve anything into anything for no cost, except for like just tucking one of your Night Fang or Night Claw cards underneath your Light Fang or Night Claw card, that's not a drawback. I've been playing this deck. I'm so glad I was introduced to it. I love this deck. This deck is too good. And this Tamer is one of the problems with that deck. If this Tamer were to go to 1, it would make things a little more reasonable. But I don't know what it is about Bandai. They would rather introduce a banned pair system than hit Galaxy cards. So I think that this card isn't going anywhere. But I think it should. For sure. That's it. That's really all I have for the ban list predictions of what I think Bandai would hit. Again, from most likely to least likely. I'm sure not all of these are going to get hit. I'm sure that some cards I didn't even mention are going to get hit. But I am open to you guys' opinions in the comments. I want to know what you guys think about this. So let me know. And I will see you guys later. Bye!